my friend Utrama, what do you understand about the energetic self-restraint?
Self-restraint is talking about the Dharma, which is concerned about how to eliminate the environment. So in Pali language we call kilesa. Yeah. So in this case it means to burn or to make the environment cannot stay longer in our mind. So when we burn our kilesa by using this tapa or tapo, so the kilesa or the environment cannot live in our mind. So it means we have patience. We have patience to do to refrain or to abstain from doing unwholesome thing. And then, for example, you really want something. For example, you hungry and you really want to eat something like sweet, and you like it. So, but you're afraid of to be fat. So, if you pension your mind to not eat that one, so finally, if you can do it, that means you win yourself, and you can. It means you use the pension to burn the defilement or desire or wanting in your mind. It means you are now the winner. But if you cannot control yourself, if you cannot control your mind to not eating that one, maybe you might be the loser, because you don't have patience. You just follow your desire. You just follow whatever you want to do. You just do it, whatever. It doesn't matter like it's good or not. So this one you should not follow your desire. You should not follow whatever you want, but you should follow what is necessary for your life and your people, for example.
Okay, so that question I want to hand over again the Phra one. What your understanding these questions?
For this topic, for this number, in my opinion, okay, I'm going to make the example for the people who is watching us right now. So the Dabba is mean like we use our effort. Yes, we use our effort to do something. For example, and like Phra Utrama, he said, whatever we want or we need something, if we can if we can stop our desire, like the need or want something, that is the desire.
Yes,
that is the desire. If we do and if we can stop our desire, if we training our mind, okay, like when we need something, when we are going to market, if we say something, okay, we very want to buy, and whenever we can stop our mind, okay, just stop and burning our desire, burning by the effort,
like not to do it.
Yes, not to do it.
Yes.
Viewers, my friend Utrama and Phra one special guest, they both are explain about the burning, the self, avoiding the bad, unwholesomes. So how do we avoid? You already know about the 5 precepts that lay people always keep the precept, that is 5 precepts: Anatipata, Adinadana, Kamya, Samosa, Vada, Suramirya. That's all are unwholesome things. So unwholesome thing you have to avoid. So how do you avoid that? Keeping the precept. So when you keeping the precept, that means the highest blessing.
Yeah. So there still have one thing that we really need to be careful in. Is about six sense. There,
Six sense.
yeah, there eye, there is ear, and nose,
Nose,
and tongue,
tongue.
body, and mind.
Mm.
So why do we have to be careful in this one? Because this we call in Thailand, we call it six doors. Six doors. This six door is the way that we gain whatever outside to get in our body, to get in our mind. So, and that's why we have to be careful in this all six senses. If we do not be careful this one, maybe we can let we can let desire, we can let our mind feel want this, or maybe we can see by our eyes, we hear by our ear, or we get smelling, or we taste and we touch or something like that. So those all things is like the door that we can get the desire to in our body or in our mind. So and that's why we have to be really careful about this one. If do not be careful, it will destroy you, make you hurt sometime. So it's very important.
Like it can make our mind to be the suffer.
Yes.
To be the suffer. For example, when we see the picture, good picture or bad picture, when we see the good picture or good someone do something good, like we feel happy.
We feel happy.
So like Phra Utrama, he said we should be careful. If we can be careful our six sense, right? Six sense, that is the good way for our practice.
So Phra Uttama, he explained the six senses. We should also control ourselves. That is also very important. So the tapo is already explained the Phra Uttama and Phra 1, and I said tapo means to burn the self-restraint strongly, and I'll avoid the unwholesome. That is the main meaning, the point of meaning. So the number 32, brahmacharya. Brahmacharya, it means the holy, the way to live the holy life. The brahmacharya, like we are the brahmacharya. Like
We try. We are not actually. We're trying.
it's Pali called the brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means the ascetic people. They find the way to purify, how to purify from the bad things, how to purify the bad mind, bad unwholesome.
Yeah.
So that is the purify. That is the holy man. Okay. So that if we give the deep understanding, holy man, what they're working and what they're finding, what their works. Can you explain it?
So, brahmacharya or practice to be purified, right? We can practice by the first one we call sila, sila, or how to say morality.
In English.
Yeah, in English, the first one is like no killing or harming any being in this world, and the second one is no taking the things which not belong to you, and the third one, or we can call stealing. Stealing. And the third one is having sexual conduction. So you should avoid from the person who are not your wife, or you are not who is not your husband even. And the third one and fourth one,
it's called illegally.
Illegally. Yeah. And the fourth one is no telling a lie or speaking bad to make environment people unhappy.
A false speech.
Yeah, or false speech. And the last one, this is about 5 precepts. Last one there is no or we can say be careful from drinking alcohol. We do not say that you cannot drink alcohol. You can drink, but you should be careful of drinking alcohol, because if you drink so much alcohol, and then the alcohol can make you drunk. If you're drunk, you can destroy all of your precepts, all of the good thing is in your mind. So, and that's why this one is like morality is the first way of how to practice to be purified. And the second one, we have concentration. Concentration, or we call samadhi. It means concentrate on what you have to do. For example, now you have your own work, and you just do your work. You concentrate on your work, and then whatever will happen, it's like what is the result is going to be. If you do it now, good. Maybe the result is going to be good. You have no need to be worried about the result. So because of you now paying concentration on it, yeah. And the third one, we have wisdom. So wisdom is kind of like you understand of the real of the world, the real of your life, you know, or you understand what are you doing now. So you try not to pay attention on other things, but you try to concentration on only what you have to do now. That is like the way how to purify your mind. That is the third way.
Okay. So my friend Utrama explained about the ascetic lives, the holy men, what they work or how they purify their way to living. So purifying by to practicing that sila, samadhi, and panya. The sila is he already explained that the sila is morality in English. So sila, in people, the layperson, they have 5 precepts, right?
Yeah.
So Samanin, they have 10 precepts, and monks, they have 200. And that's 27
It's much
precepts.
better.
Yeah, and more than they have the nuns.
They have
It's a female monks, right?
Yeah.
Female
Female
monks.
monks.
It's actually not the nuns. Female monks, they have 311 sila. It's a morality. So the morality and samadhi and panya. So these 3 things they are practicing. When they practice, that is the way they purify the minds. Okay. So can you add some idea about this?
For in my opinion, or in my idea, like Phra Utrama said, the 5 precepts. If we can keep the 5 precepts, that is very, very good for our life, for our mind. So this is the basic list of the lay people or monk. This is the basically for the human being. If we can keep 5 precepts, if we extract from the killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, false speech, and drink alcohol. The last one, drink alcohol, it is very.
It's not only the drinking alcohol. It's talking about the intoxicant, which is make
intoxicant.
people crazy, right? So unconsciousness. He had no consciousness when he drunk. So whatever it's the water, whatever is smoke, whatever, like there is 3 or 4 things that you can drink, you can chewing, you can smell it, and you can push it, inject.
Yeah, you can inject in your
Yeah,
body.
it's many kind of intoxicants. So it's not only the alcohol, right?
Yeah, like
Dhammathiri.
He said, the 5 precepts, or the intoxicant, whatever is make our mind or our life to make our children don't have the concentration to control our mind or control Yes, control our mind, control our body. Our body. That is the if we like a Phra and Phra Utrama, he said, we can do it. We can drink, we can smoke, but we should be careful.
Yeah.
We should be careful, and if we can cut it out, that is
It's maybe better.
It's very better.
Yeah.
Better
Yeah.
for our life.
Yeah. Another one thing you have to try not to go. It doesn't mean that you don't go, but you just try not to go. Is because to the bar, you try not to go to the bar, because I know that sometimes you feel tired from all working, and you want to relax by going to the bar. But I can say that the bar is not the place where you can. It's not the only place that where you can make yourself relax. There still have many ways to make your body or your mind relax. It's not only the bar. And another place is sexual, because sexual intercourse. You should not go that even. So these two places or many places which is not good for you, which is not proper to go, you try not to go there, because those places sometimes can let you let you drink, can let you do something
Drunk.
can let you do something which is not proper or not good way. Maybe sometime you should try not to go for that one.
Yeah, Uttama explained about the including from the 5 precept, which is very serious. So if you follow the precept, so precept you make the highest blessing. Yeah. So not only the precept, there are also concentration.
Yes.
The concentration is also samadhi. You have to learn samadhi, and you have to learn the vipassana too.
Yes.
Because the concentration is very important for our life.
Yes.
For our mind.
So concentration not only the one thing, you have to learn the vipassana. Vipassana in which you make the wisdom, make you understanding clearly.
Yes, and we will understand our life. What is the suffer? What is the what should we be? What should we keep it, and what should we realize?
Yeah. So the number 31 and 32 is the connected.
It's connecting together.
How does it connected? As we explained about the first one, tapo. Tapo is the restraining the strongly, restraining strongly, and the 32 is the holy man. So holy man can restrain very strongly. Without holy man, they cannot strong. They are weak.
If you can restrain yourself, it's like try not to do good and doing bad, you can be a holy man. It's like a purified person, maybe. Yes.
I say that only can holy men, they can their ability is very strong. Strong. So without the holy men, their ability to keep the restraint or avoiding their weak mind, weakness.
Fragile.
Okay. So the 33. Okay, let's come to the another sutta, number 33. This is Arya Satchana Dasanam. Arya Satchana Dasanam, it means the insight into see inside the truth. Arya Satya is the truth, and Dasanam it means the seeing. So there is also good meaning in insight. Okay, I would like to ask the question, Arya Satchana Dasanam, what your understanding about these suttas?
Sutta in for this number for the Arya Satya. For the Arya Satya, like you said, for the truth, right?
Yeah.
The truth, we have to before we are going to do something that we have to learn and study. There's meaning, there's a real meaning what we are going to do,
Yeah,
and we have feeling, we believe that is the real. For now, for the Arinya Satya, like the law of nature. The law of nature we study about the in the Buddhism we call Four Noble Truth, right? Four Noble Truth. Four Noble Truth mean suffering, the cause of suffering.
Yes.
So
dukkha satya,
Dukkha Satya,
cause of suffering, samudaya satya,
Samudaya Satya,
and number three, cessation of suffering,
Yeah, cessation.
cessation of suffering, and
nirodha satya.
and all of this is the Four Noble Truth. Four Noble Truth. The first, we have to know the theory of the suffering, like the suffering. Why we are suffering? For example, when we are suffering, so we have to focus why we are suffering, and we have to find out the cause of suffering.
The reason why, why.
The reason why we are suffering. When we know the suffering, and we will know the cause of suffering. When we know the cause of suffering, and we will know, and we try to
Find out the cessation.
yes, to find out.
Yeah.
And when we know the cessation, right?
Yeah, cessation of suffering.
Cessation of suffering. When we know all of this, and we know, okay, this is the way we have to practice, and we have this can reduce the suffering. So we have to practice.
So the first one is like suffering. So suffering, you have to be observe, alright? Observe suffering. So try to also give the question to yourself, try to question yourself, like where is this suffering came from, and what make me feel suffer. So, and after that, for example, now you got stomach like problem. How to say hurt stomach?
Stomaches.
Yeah, you get stomaches, and then you really want to go to the bathroom. So if you want to know why you get this suffer of your stomach, and you have to think back in the past. Yesterday, did I eat something wrong? Yesterday I eat a little bit or so much of silly, and next time I should not eat so much like this because it makes me suffer. So that is, the first reason, the cause of the suffering. So after you know the cause of suffering, and you try not to do it again, it's like you try to abstain from doing that thing again and again. Because if I do it again, and the result of it is going to be the same. Yeah. And if you know this one, we call the last one is like makha, or the way of how to not to do it. You find out the way how to not to do it. So we call this one is makha. Makha is the way of how to gain the cessation of suffering.
So do we call it eightfold path, right?
Yeah, it's because we have eightfold paths.
Okay, so my friend Utrama, he tried to explain about the Four Noble Truths. The Four Noble Truths in Buddhism is the main point of teaching also in Buddhism. So Buddha explained about this, the Four Noble Truths. Actually, that's right. There is the Four Noble Truths, and truth 100%. So life is suffering. When you're born, when human born, not only the human, any being, when they're born, there is the suffering. So that is the truth. Number one. Number two, the cause of suffering. So if they have a suffering, sufferer is having, then with cause also coming with the suffering. Like you have to find out the cause of suffering. There, it's already my friend Uttama, he explained about the cause of suffering. You have to find out the root of the cause, where the cause is coming from. The cause, when you see the cause, then you know the suffering. Okay, and the number third is the cessation of suffering. Cessation of suffering, my friend Uttama already explained about it. How to can you clear again the cessation of suffering?
Cessation of suffering. Actually, in Pali language we call nirodha. Nirodha, it means, if we translate, it might mean disappear or make it disappear. So what is make you feel suffer, or what is make you suffer, even your body, even your mind? So you have to clear, or you have to eliminate that cause of suffering. So this we call, and this one we call nirodha. So how to clear this one? We have to do it by makha, or the way of how to clear is the last one. So we have we call eightfold path. So if we try to explain this all thing, it might be take very long time. So but I will give a little bit of eightfold path. The first one is like right thinking, right understanding, right?
Right understanding.
Yeah, right understanding. It means right understanding in life, in whatever that makes you suffer. So in life, for what life is, was, you were born and you grow up, and it's like everything is happening and standing, and the last one is expired. It means happen, staying, and last one is disappear. So everything in this world is being like this. Even your body, even the trees, even every being in this world have to be born, staying, and finally die or disappear. So this is the truth of life, the truth of the nature as well.
Okay, so Uttama, he tried to explain the nirodha satya, which is mean the cessation of suffering, and the last one is the eightfold path, Dhammaka satya. So Dhammaka satya, we know in English the eightfold path. There are eightfold path. We say that
Right
understanding, right livelihood, right speech, and right thought. What are they?
Like livelihood.
Right livelihood. We already speak about it.
And
right
thought.
speech,
Right
effort,
speech, right effort,
right concentration, and right mindfulness.
So these all eightfold path are including with three things. Three things were they are also sila, samadhi, panya.
Precepts.
Yeah. So okay, then I want to go another topic, which is the 34 number. 34, right? 34 number is talking about the nibana satchakiriya cha. Nibana satchakiriya. Nibana is the nibana satchakiriya. Its meaning is the realization of the nibana. So realization of the nibana. So first of all, we should know about the word is nibana, right? We do know the nibana. So in Pali, they explain the Pali textbooks. They explain about the nibana. So ni means there are two words, nibana, ni and vana. Ni means is negative. So vana, it means lust and craving, right? So lust and craving, and negative craving, negative lust. So there is very not good words, which is like boiling the body, boiling the mind, always wanting something like that. That is suffering, kind of. Yeah, it's talking about the suffering. So if we combine the words nibana, it means that boiling, out of the boiling. let's give the example, like when the water and water pot and the one of fire hitting downside,
Yeah.
then water will be boiled.
Yeah.
And
It's
fire. Yeah.
like hot.
So which is we mean that this is the craving and lust, and water is boiling. Boiling is the you
Yeah.
are boiling.
It's
So
like it's
you-
like now you're fully of craving,
Yeah, fully of craving. You
desire, or
cannot
something like that.
Yeah, you are not a conscious and a pure person,
Mm.
right?
Because of your control, you have been controlled by the environment, by your desire, by
Many attachments.
many attachment, right? So, and that's why it's something like if we compare is our to nirvana is like our to environment is like it's how to say นายพรานนี่ว่าไงนะ
ฮะ
นายพราน
นายพราน
it's like the hunter. Hunter.
Mm.
For example, the hunter is catching one of animal. So it means that animal is out. That animal is in the control of the hunter. That animal cannot go anywhere.
Okay.
We are now like the animal, controlled by the hunter is the desire. So we cannot go anywhere.
Desire is
Hunter.
Uh-huh.
And that's why we cannot go anywhere. We still have craving. We still want that. We still fully by desire, attachment, or and many things. And that's why we cannot go to nirvana. But if we can go to nirvana, we have to clear or eliminate this all defilement first, and then we can go to nirvana.
Okay, let me explain about the nibbana also. We should know the nibbana. It's very important
Yes.
that Buddhist people some people believing there is a state, there is a place. But actually what is this? So in Pali text they reference there, I copied from the Pali text books, which is according to the Pali text references are made to nibbana as sopadecessor and anupadecessor. These in fact are not two kind of nibbana, but the one single nibbana, receiving its name according to the way it is experienced before and after that. So we don't know the Sutapadhi and Anupadecessor. Sutapadecessor, Anupadecessor, what are they? So
I can understand this one. I can explain this one.
Okay, let me finish then.
Yes.
I will coming to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Buddhist conception of Nibbana and the non-Buddhist conception of Nibbana, an eternal heaven attainable only after death or a union with God. So forget about it. So I will explain that sopadecessor, right? Sopadecessor and anupadecessor. So sopadecessor, it means that when an arahant attained parinibbana, after the dissolution of his body, without any remainder of physical existence.
It means that
That means the anupadecessor, arahant, after parinibbana. Okay? So anupadecessor, and sopadecessor, it means that when nibbana is realized in this life, so with the body remaining, so it is called sopadecessor. Do you understand the clear? It's talking about the sopadecessor. It means they have the body, still have body.
the first one is like the person who get enlightenment, but they still have a life.
Still have a body.
Yeah, they still have a body. They still have like us, but the end of environment, not the environment, the end of attachment, the end of desire or anything. So that we call how to say sopa nibana, alright.
Mm.
And the second one is anupatisesa nibana. It means the person who in everything, every desire, or everything, every of defilement. But after they get enlightenment, it means they die. They didn't still alive like us.
They have no body.
They have no body.
Right.
They pass away, no? They
They
die.
Like nibana, there are two kinds of
Yeah, do two kinds of nibana.
two kinds of nirvana. The first one is mean like we enlightenment, but
Still have a life.
we still have a life, but
Mhm.
we still practice. But their mind, the minds of the monk or whoever enlightenment, like they can control and they can control the everything, and they
Yeah.
know everything. What is the happening?
It's like they have mindfulness every time. They can control themselves. They can control their mind. It's not like us. Sometimes we know that this good, this is not good, but we cannot control our mind to not to do this one. For example, playing the game, and you know this playing the game has no necessary. Playing the game is unuseful, but by your desire, you cannot control your desire. You have to play it. But this person who get enlightenment by living, by still having a life, they can control their mind. They know that this game is, when you play this game, is really unuseful for you. If you play it, you get nothing, and they don't do it. They don't play it, and that's why we call the person who get enlightenment having a life, and the second one is passing away.
Okay, so Nibbana there is explaining two ways. One way is the existent still in body. So like the human still in the life, and he got the Nibbana, and he got the Nibbana is a peace mind.
Yes.
There is no desire, no attachment.
He live with us, but his mind beyond us.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Like the
beyond the
Buddha.
world.
Like the Buddha, he enlightenment before he became to teach.
Yeah.
To teach
He
the
become a teacher. or
yeah
something like-
become the teacher.
Mm.
Like the teacher, he studied a lot and he finished from university and he become
Mhm.
a teacher.
Mhm. That's right.
So another one is explaining the without body. Without body also get the Nibbana, peace mind, because after people pass away, the consciousness is
Still.
still
Existing.
existing, is still remaining, right?
Mm.
But in Buddhist concept and believing, so this is the consciousness is existing. Then consciousness get the happiness. Nibbana.
this
It's a peace mind. There is no attachment. There is no defilements.
Yeah.
No desire.
Yeah.
No lust. Nothing.
Yeah.
It's a peace.
Like we not attachment the desire.
We don't attach with in the desire. We don't attach on this. So I want to say this all is about from Buddhism. But what do you understand like personal about Nirvana? What do you think about Nirvana is like for yourself?
In most Buddhist belief,
In your personal like
my
idea.
understanding,
Yeah.
my understanding, I actually follow the Tripitaka books.
Yes.
So Tripitaka books, when I learned from the Tripitaka books, which is the correct and which is the teaching from the Buddha. So I mainly focus there. That is the truth. So we should follow the truths. So truth is that the Nibbana is the explaining here that there is two places, like after after you die, then you will get the Nibbana, peace of mind, right? So there is the peace of mind means that there is no attachment or detachment, no desiring.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
there is
is your-
nothingness.
Yeah, that is like your
Mm,
understanding.
nothingness.
Yeah.
And another, the existence of the body. So existence of the body, how we get the nibbana? We get the nibbana when, especially I know that I realize that when we meditate,
Mm.
when we meditate,
We can actually enlighten the Dhamma by listening to Dhamma,
Mhm.
reading, or even practice meditation.
let
Not-
me finish my opinion.
Okay.
So meditation, when we meditate, so meditation, we have the concentration mind, we have the wisdom mind.
Mm.
So when we comparing
Yeah.
that object
Mm-hmm.
or our feelings, we make understanding that we feel, we know the desiring, how the desiring or attachment arising
Mm.
our minds, right? So when we see the arising, we know the arising, then we try avoiding. Then you get the peaceful mind. You get the nibbana.
Yes.
The state of mind is nibbana is coming as it's not staying long time, maybe distracting. So you have to
Yes.
practice long time.
Yeah.
So when you practice long time, so we have level of the meditation, right?
Yes.
Like sotapanna, arahanta. So when you after level state of mind, so that state of mind nibbana stay longer.
Yes.
That is the truth.
Mm.
So that is all combining all suttas actually calling the highest blessing.
Yeah.
So
I-
these all highest blessing
Yeah.
are connected one by one.
Yeah. Like connecting together.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So we have not more time. It's 4:57.
Mhm.
So if you give some explanation, please briefly.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
I really want to say that nirvana is not only when you die or when you pass away and then you can feel it. You can feel it in the reality, in life, during you spend a life now. Why and how? The first, for example, I will give you an example. When you give something to the other people, or when you see some person who are really poor and the person who really needs some help, and then you can help them, and after you help them or give something to them, you feel very happy. You feel very happy during you see they receive from you, or after they receive from you. Whenever do you think about that, you feel happiness. You feel like happiness is come to you, and you feel happy to it. That is like nirvana. So nirvana, small happiness during you spend a life, that is also a nirvana. Nirvana is not only when you die and then you can get it. So, but those all happiness, it should come from the good action, not from bad action. Yes.
What about
What about your
That
opinion about nirvana?
1 minute?
Okay. In my opinion, it is very for this
Nirvana.
for the nibbana. It is very hard for the people who never heard before
Yes.
to understand the very clearly about the nibbana. So we can test it by meditation.
Mm.
When we sit in meditation, we get the peaceful. When we get peaceful, that is very close to the nibbana. Whenever we get the peaceful, that we will understanding the nirvana. Nirvana means we peace mind. Peace mind.
Okay. So listeners, I want to conclusion all the 4 suttas, that the 4 suttas are connected each others. So when you have the that suttas avoiding or restraining then you may see the nibana. You may get the nibana. So how we already explained about the tapo, you have to restrain strongly, and brahmacharya, the holy life, the way, find out the holy way and restrain the avoiding the strongly. Holy way. Only holy way is the possible can practice strongly. And another one is
Arya Satya.
Arya Satya. The Arya Satya, you have to know the Arya Satya. Without Arya Satya, so you cannot get the nibana. Because Arya Satya is the truth, to understand clearly, to see the truth, what is the truth. Then the last one is the nibana. So when you get the all, when you know the all, when you have practicing all one by one, then there is the highest blessing.
Now nirvana is not hard for you to get anymore.
Nirvana also not hard for you.
Yeah.
And Buddha teaching, it's not hard. It's not hard, but it's not easy.
Yeah. It depends on your
It's
how
the-
hard you practice.
Yes, it's depend on that. So today our topic already finishing time. It's 5:01. So we want to finish now. So before we leaving, I would like to say that next week, the same time, we have again our topics. The last topic, 35 to 38. Right.
And how is it you can follow us?
You can follow our channels, our broadcast from the radio. It's a radio, not only the on air. Now you can see our directly front. Yeah, and you can if you have a question or like make you doubt something about these teachings, this discussion. So you can ask to the question at following the